We're going live. We are live on Instagram. No, we are live on YouTube. We're going live on Instagram. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. Live, live, live. We're going live on Facebook. We are live, 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 live. I'm waiting. Hello, lovely people. Good evening, wherever you are in the world. It could be a good morning, it could be a good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is the Diamond Lady TV, the Diamond Lady Show, and I am Diamond Lady. First and foremost, I would like to apologize to everyone for coming live late today. Just a bit of technical glitches. You know it too well. So what we are going to suggest is, as soon as you come on watching us, please just say a hi to us. Also share this video wherever you are. You can share it on Facebook, or if the people you know are not on Facebook, they can find us on YouTube or Instagram, because we are live on both platforms as well. So you can find us under the name Diamond Lady TV. And today's program, the topic is all about responsibilities. So I am here with one of my guests that you have seen on the platform before, and he is in the name of Patrick McAdoo. But before I go ahead to let Patrick introduce himself, I am going to do a bit of sharing myself on Facebook, and then I am also going to share on other platforms if it is possible. So I'm going to do that on Facebook now, which is the first thing I always do. And I will give Patrick the chance to introduce himself, and then we will introduce the topic for today again. So Patrick, please go ahead and introduce yourself to us all.
Hello, good evening, lovely people. Good morning, wherever you might be, or afternoon, just as Diamond Lady said, So just following her footsteps. So I'm grateful to have this opportunity again to come to you live, to have another wonderful discussion. And as usual, we started with some technical hitches, and it's becoming a usual thing because of the distance and the network issues and all that. But I'm grateful. I'm Patrick McAdoo, and I am the CEO for Pro-Aid Africa Projects Ghana, and also the country manager for Bright Future Projects Norway, Ghana. And I'm just ready for the show. I'm just ready.
Thank you so much for joining me tonight, Patrick. And to all our viewers, we want to say a very big thank you for supporting us all the time whenever we come on the program. So tonight, the topic is all about responsibilities. So it is all about responsibilities in the marriage and or in a relationship. Before we go ahead with the topic for tonight, I would first and foremost like to say a very big thank you to our sponsors and supporting groups like St. Maya Dryline Limited, Sinaka Kitchen, which is at Luton. If you're looking to buy anything Ghanaian dishes, you need to contact them if you live in and around Luton. I'll also like to say a very big thank you to Sister United Foundation for supporting people in need here in England and then back in Ghana. Would also like to say thank you to Sister Eat, Fit, Lose. If you want to go on a healthy lifestyle journey, just find them on Instagram and on Facebook. They also have a channel on YouTube as well. And we also want to say a very big thank you to Mama Z European Shop. They are based in Ghana at Sunyani. If you're looking for anything keto to buy, you need to contact them. We also want to say a very big thank you to Sweet Seduction for supporting us all the time. You can find them on Instagram, and their sweet is a triple E. So yes, that is it. And I don't know if you watched the match tonight. I don't know, Patrick, did you watch the football match tonight, the FA Cup? It was between Chelsea and Leicester City. I know most people are the Blues.
I left when they were about to start. So
why did you have to? But then, well, I am not here to support Chelsea, neither am I here to support Leicester. But then I was watching with someone else, and I said to the person, I am part of the winning team, because that person is from loves Chelsea. So I said, I am part of the winning team. Whichever team wins, look at me as Jesus. I'm part of the winning team. But then I will suggest, or I believe Leicester will win. The person didn't really like that. And luckily, Leicester won. But, well, I'm not really supporting any team here. Interesting, yes. So today's topic, as we already know, it's all about responsibilities in a marriage and in relationship. Over the years, in a relationship, the question has been, whose responsibility is it to do so many things, especially with feminism at the rise at the moment, and females, we are constantly saying, and we believe that whatever a man can do, women can do like a billion times. I know most times some people will not agree to that, but this is a situation whereby there is a relationship, and most relationship has actually fallen apart, or there's been a rise in conflict, disagreement, there's been divorce, there's been a whole lot rising in relationship, all because of responsibilities. And let's look at it this way. It's like two parties coming together to form a relationship or to be in a marriage. We all have our own ideas and perception about whose responsibility to do what. And in their own homes, they have seen how responsibilities are being managed in their own homes. So to most of these people, they've got their own perception before they come into these marriages or this relationship. So I'm not too sure if you're going to speak from a man's point of view, or you'll be talking in general on both aspects for us today. But responsibility in a relationship or in a marriage, who should take the bigger chunk of it? Patrick.
Well, that is actually a dicey question, So
try your best and answer this.
I'm a feminist, so I'll always be on the ladies' side. So that is okay. No one should be bashing me on me. Okay. I believe that the power, when it comes to how the world should go, positively, belongs to women, not men. Men do not do any good to society. I feel that whatever good thing that will ever come to this earth, or whatever good that will happen on earth, is the woman that plays the major part, because they give birth to the men, actually. So I don't want to go deep into what before that, during creation and all that, but I feel that our Father in heaven also knew why he made Eve to be with Adam. And Adam, when he saw Eve, said, sure, this is bone of my bone and flesh of my flesh. She's a good woman or something. So if the woman is good for the man, then it's a good way to go. As for responsibilities, just as you said early on, there are roles in relationship, and much better there are roles in marriage. In marriage, the major part the women are actually supposed to play, which the men can never play, is childbirth. And I don't think there's any better responsibility, any huge how do you call it? Any greater responsibility than childbirth. It's something a man can never do. So I mean, it's not something we can even compare. That if a woman is going to give birth, a man can also do this to in comparison. It can't happen. It cannot happen. So that was the right God gave to women, not men. And so it's a blessing, especially in marriages, if God is going to grant the couple a child, that the woman plays that role. And as I said earlier on, that is the role that man cannot play. So the man is also supposed to do something. I mean, to provide for the family. Interestingly, for that role, the women are also once they still have the right to live and to progress and to learn and have their own careers and so on. The women can also provide actually for their families. But in marriages, it's expected of the man to do that. However, if the man is incapable or is not able to fully provide and the woman wants to support, it's also allowed. That decision always have to do with the couple. You understand? If you meet a couple that have decided that the wife will stay home and the man is able to provide fully for the family and both of them are okay, there's nothing like go and point fingers and say what you are doing is wrong or whatever. It's their decision to live their lives. However, it is also advisable that even though the woman stays home as a housewife, the woman can still do something. I mean, she can have a shop, have a shopping mall that operates. You know, she can still take care of the children, like allow the children to go to school, pick them up, cater for them and all that, and still monitor or manage a shop or have her own kind of maybe skill, maybe vocational skill business or something like a fashion business, maybe any other creative business that she can also do to support the family. And there's no harm in those choices. That is, I'm talking about marriages. In relationships, I don't want to say much about that because the way we individuals look, or even collectively in the world, how people look at relationships today is a bit dicey or maybe kind of not uncertain. People decide to do whatever they want in relationships. So I feel that in relationships, that the most important thing is that there must be a mutual understanding and a cordial relationship. So if the relationship is meant that they are working on it to become couples, there are things that they want to do. You understand? Because I'm saying this because a lot of marriages that are broken or that are suffering actually have their roots from their relationship, the kind of relationship they had.
Okay.
So if a couple, maybe a man and a woman start a relationship and they begin on a bad note and they don't do anything to correct it, it might actually hamper on the marriage in future. You think it might not have any effect. Whatever we do, whether we like it or not, will have a future effect. So you can ignore it today, and 30 years later, you still have the results. It doesn't matter when it comes, but it will still come.
Yeah.
So it will come, and you might decide to ignore it because you know you were the perpetrator of that act. You don't want to say anything about it. You just have to accept it. So in relationship, I don't know the kind of responsibility there is, but each one must be able to do what is actually right in a relationship, And I said I didn't want to say much about relationships.
I know.
Sometimes you want to we all make decisions that might later hurt us. You
Yes.
understand? So you do what you feel is fully right. I feel that there's nothing wrong if a guy is dating a lady and the guy is well-to-do and want to support the lady in school or want to support the lady's family or whatever. If he decides to do it and out of a goodwill and a good heart, he does it. It is going to count for him for good.
Yes.
It is going to be a benefit for him.
Yes.
We have had issues where guys have taken care of ladies and the ladies decided later on to marry other guys. We have also had the vice versa too. So a lady also took care of maybe a taxi driver or something, and later the guy became rich and ignored the lady. In Ghana, we have had issues that had resulted in suicide. So that's why I said it is a little tough for me to talk about it. But whatever be the case, if someone does good to you, try not to forget it. And even if you want to make any decision concerning that person, make sure there's a cordial understanding. Like if because of something, even though the person has taken care of you, and because of this reason or that reason, you feel you don't want to marry the person, knowing very well that the person was taking care of you because he or she was preparing you so that you get married and live your life.
Yeah.
Please do well.
Thank you. It looks like you've said almost every question that I wanted to ask you, but I'm still going to go ahead and ask you every question that I want to ask you tonight. That is not going to stop me from asking you. But before we go ahead and then ask any questions, if you're watching us tonight or you'll be watching us later on, please go ahead and then drop us a question or just contribute to this topic. It's all about responsibilities in a relationship and in marriage. So, I also want to say a very big thank you to Vinci Collection for my beautiful dress today. I am enjoying my lovely dress. I love it so much. My next question to you, Patrick, is you did mention about the fact that you were talking in the sense of marriage sense, whereby maybe a man and a woman, the husband and wife will decide on the responsibility bit of making the woman stay at home as a stay-home mom. Okay, and then in that matter, maybe she might be doing some vocational job for herself or doing something at home, but still taking care of the children and getting the children to school and all that. When you said that, it hit me somehow, in the sense that this woman, that looks like she's got double job. Oh. She is taking care of the children and getting them to school. As the man, you go to the office because you are an office worker. The reason being that because she is at home, definitely she has to get the children to school, bring the children back from school, and then be doing her vocational job or vocational thing, and then still probably cook and do all sorts of things. And you, the man, all you do is just go to work and come back because she's a stay-at-home mom. I basically don't really agree to that because that is a bit stressful for women. I know most women, that is what they are doing at the moment, isn't it? So I am just bringing this up again.
Well, yeah, I'm grateful you still have questions for me after all that lengthy pieces that I did. So if you have that question, it is a genuine question, I know. So I have a real hand evidence of how a man takes care of his family, while the woman takes care of the home.
Yes.
So that's the difference. The woman is actually the owner of the home.
Okay.
The man is just taking care of the family. However, the man is the one who takes the children to school in the morning.
Okay.
And if he is around, he will still pick the children up and drop them at home.
Okay.
In the other sense, the man also allow the woman to have her own time, her own leisure, and the woman is free. If the truth actually is that if the man trusts the woman and believes in the woman and gives the woman all the freedom,
yes,
actually there's more happiness in the home.
Okay.
You cannot be unhappy if your wife is happy. It can never happen. If your wife is happy, you will always be happy. And when the woman feels free and feels that she is cherished and that there's protection and there's care, the woman will always want to do more.
Yeah.
So the issue is that it's not that the man should allow the woman to do all the work at home. There's always a part that the man will have to play at home as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that is so important. I mean, I have a different kind of challenge. So sometimes I don't want to use my life as an example.
Yes.
You know? So what I do is that I try my best, my very best, to make sure that my children feels my presence. So I take them to school, pick them from school most of the time, take them out just to make sure my wife has that kind of freedom to maybe to do her own thing, like maybe to cook or something. Yes. Especially when I always hide when it comes to cooking. I make sure she's not bothered. Especially on Saturdays, I want the children to be out of the house when she's doing other house chores. But I do a lot of house chores to myself, like washing.
You are running away. You know the questions that is coming.
No, I do a lot of washing myself. I've washed almost all my life.
Okay.
So it is good. I think it's not good if the man decides that the wife should be at home and the wife, because she's at home, takes care of the children, takes them to school. That one is very bad.
You know that there is a situation whereby, sometimes these men will come from work and then probably they see a bit of mess in the house, and because either the woman is working from home or because the woman is a home staying mom, they expect her or they expect the house to be super clean. They walk through the door and they go, oh, why is this place such a mess? You've been staying home the whole day. What have you been doing? But they're forgetting that there are so many other choices. Women, our responsibilities is something else. As soon as, let's say, if you're a stay-at-home man, as soon as this man goes to work or whatever, there's something else to be doing all the time. And especially when children are involved in it, when children comes home, they tend to mess things around and all that. And why do men rather see it as, you are such a lazy woman, you've been home the whole day, I have gone to work? They have gone to work. The reason being that they have gone to work because they are working under someone. They are under the constraint of, you've got to be in the office, you've got to be typing, or you've got to be doing that and that and that. So definitely they are under that pressure. But when they come home, they expect the home to be sparking clean. What do you say to such a thing? Because I know that should also be the responsibility of a man, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think it's actually a bad judgment.
I think so too.
I've had that experience once, and you see, if every man would take the chance to stay at home,
they should exchange. Sometimes they should exchange.
It's away, and the man is asked to take care of the home, like the wife would do, or maybe the woman would do, and especially when there are children or there's a child involved, the man will know how to be slow in judgment. So sometimes, if you want to be a wise man, take up the chores of the woman too and see, so that you will know how to even make comments when issues like that comes up. Most of the time, we have no idea of. We always, especially, let me give you an example. A man comes home and the food is not served. He is hungry. Mm-hmm. The food is not served. And all that, and the woman is probably sitting there watching TV, maybe a program. And the man goes in to take the bath and comes to the hall and be sitting there staring at the woman as if the woman is like kakai. And he is thinking in his mind that the woman is not being responsible because she has seen him there, and it's not even asking whether she should bring the food or whatever. Sure, that might actually look like, yeah, that someone is not caring for you, but especially when they're a man that you feel like the woman should care.
Yes.
But you have no idea what the woman has gone through
the day.
Maybe all those hours before you saw her sitting at the couch watching television. Mm-hmm. So you have to just be kind enough to ask, oh dear, maybe may I have my food, or can I go?
I think you should actually even start from the fact that how was your day? Not even food first though. Some men don't even care to ask about that bit.
You see, yeah, that is where you are not romantic will come in.
Yes.
When you come back from work, you are always expecting a welcome. Oh dear, welcome. How was your day? So if you don't receive dear welcome, how was your day? You can't reciprocate. You don't want to say, okay, dear, you have been at home.
But you could also start it. You can also start it as you walk, as you the man walk through the door.
We always want to. Sometimes we are that selfish. We always want to receive and don't want to give when it comes to that issue.
Giving.
But, there's no fast rule when it comes to how people should live in the home.
Mm-hmm.
It must be cordial. There must be understanding. There must be these judgmental issues should be out. You understand? Open relationship where you can ask questions, say what is bothering you and all that, and when you are less judgmental, you even you'll be less tempted to think the other person is not being caring.
Yeah.
So you come home and you don't receive welcome. Why should you judge? Why should you be furious? You understand? Why can't you also say, how was your day? So you don't receive it, and you don't want to give. Mm-hmm. If you don't receive it, you can give.
That's true.
Give so that if the person is making a mistake or is not being thoughtful about that, the person can also think about it as well. Both sides, I feel both sides. Most of the time, I don't see the family is even though we believe that the home is well made when the woman is in charge. When it comes to the relationship at home, it must be cordial. It's if this one is not coming, you do it. If this one is not coming, you do it. Mm-hmm. So I'll give you another example. You come home, and the issue about kids making the home messy, and the husband coming home and say, "Hey, so you have been here." I, for instance, my wife goes to work. She's a teacher, So when I come home and it's messy, the first thing I will say is that, "Hey, you these kids, look at what you have made here." I will not want to refer to her. I will refer to her because the mess was created by the kids, not her.
Yeah.
You understand? And I would rather want to do something about it. The other thing is that I meet something that is also messy. Mm-hmm. I will not go and ask her to come and look at what has happened. Mm-hmm. Or what is there. Rather, I want to work on it so it looks better.
Yeah.
Most of the time, who put this thing here? Who put this thing here? Who?
It brings up arguments, isn't it?
Just do it and keep quiet, and you see. That's what the Holy Scripture says. 2 heads are better than one.
Yeah.
And it says that I think at every point in time, one must be either the fool or the wise. Mm-hmm. 2 cannot be wise, 2 cannot be foolish. It's always one at a time. So you just have to learn the things that will bring peace and harmony instead of arguing and arguing and arguing. It also doesn't mean keeping quiet and keeping some, ill feelings in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Do your best and leave the rest to God.
Oh, you've said a whole lot. I have really, really enjoyed this whole talking and me chipping in and all that. Well,
it's just unfortunate I'm a feminist, so
I want to talk about there is that 50-50 bit sometimes when it comes to marriage or relationship. It looks like we are concentrating more on marriages. Relationship in the sense that here in England, especially, there are people who have lived for 10 years, not just in England, in so many other foreign countries, you
Well,
can meet
yeah.
people who have lived together for about 10, 15 years and over. They've had children together and all that, and actually they've never been in a should I say a civil relationship. They've not been married and all that, but still that is a relationship. And some people have made up their mind never to get married, but they are okay with their partners. They are okay with their partners that they live with. So when it comes to these responsibilities in the home, I know from where we are coming from as Ghanaians, we've been hammering, or that is what we saw from childhood, that mom was always cooking and that was the one who was always going to work. In my own situation, my dad and mom were cooking, but my dad was even cooking more, actually. So when it comes to cooking and other responsibilities of cleaning and all that, whose responsibility is it? Should it be 100% the cooking being the responsibility of the mother? Because from where we come from, they classed it or put it in the social ranking of the office of a woman is the kitchen.
Okay.
Should that be the case, or should men be getting involved in that?
Should I answer that question?
I want you to, please. I need you to.
So I'm glad that you on the post that you said we'll answer the questions to our best knowledge. Okay?
Yes.
I'm going to
yes, to the best of our knowledge.
Yeah. So I grew up from a home that at a point in time it was my mom that was cooking when I was maybe little.
Yes.
But I know very well my dad was also a good cook.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him cooking a lot when my mom was not around. So then he was in charge of cooking. He cooked for maybe 4 or 5 years. And I remember very well, he taught me how to cook or prepare contemporary stew.
Oh,
he taught me how to prepare, I think, egg stew and other soup, and maybe pan of soup. My sisters helped me to learn how to prepare ground soup. And it was the best. My sisters' way of teaching me how to cook how to prepare granite was the best. I mean, no one could ever teach me better than that, not even my mom.
Mm-hmm.
My sisters were so interested in preparing granite soup, saying that they would get granite oil from the soup.
Oh, so my word.
Enough technology when it comes to getting oil,
Yes.
So, and whenever I look back, I'm always grateful that I participated when they were cooking. They would send me to go and grind the granite and bring it home and help them prepare the fire and all that. And I was glad I did that.
Mm-hmm.
And I never regretted learning from them. So I knew all this. I know how to prepare all these foods and all that. But at a point in time, I traveled and I didn't have the feeling of preparing any of this food because I was in a different country and they were going to cook a kind of different food. Mm-hmm. And I wanted them to rule. So I allowed them to rule for 2 good years. Mm-hmm. And I lost interest in cooking. Mm-hmm. So I feel that if the man, it's not that whether you know how to cook or not, you have to still do something about cooking. You can't say, so I used to give excuses until I started helping in preparing Tom Brown in the house. You understand? The only thing I have not tried is Banku. But I have no idea how to start it. I know it will have. I have to do some stirring and all that.
Yes.
So it is. I feel at a point in time when I think about it, I feel it is even evil to think that the woman's office is the kitchen, so you don't want to do anything. The woman's office is in the laundry, so you not even wash or clean. Mm-hmm. I mean, do you want to wait till your wife gets sick before you learn wisdom? You have to participate in it so that when she is not even there or when she is not feeling well, you will be in charge, even if she wants to do it.
This thing that you're saying. Okay.
Or know how to do it. So I feel that if possible, if the man really, really want to show that he cares, he should even be on the roster for cooking.
I was going to talk about, drawing a timetable.
I'll cook. Then that should be to show that you really, really care. That should be the case. And except you have a mutual understanding, and with your wife.
The look of things, it looks like you're talking for yourself. Mutual understanding.
But I feel like if they are children, I want to take care of the children. Like changing diapers, bathing them, doing this, doing that. It's. I felt good about it when I was doing that when my kids were younger. Like I want to do those things, like, and the mom can do something else. So
okay.
Yeah, I do nothing to do what we do. Make the home a better place.
So that was a topic for discussion, and you both decided, or it just happened naturally? Which one was it? Because in some homes it's quite difficult for, let's say, a man to assume that position of, oh, you go ahead with your cooking. When I come home, I want to be the one bathing them. I want to be the one getting them ready for bed or getting them ready for school and all that. In some homes, is a bit of an issue. The misunderstanding rises, and then sometimes even you get a situation whereby they go, why are you asking me to go and bath the children? What are you doing? Can't you finish cooking and do it? Or and it becomes it becomes a situation whereby misunderstanding starts coming in, and then there is conflict of, I am the boss here, I am the man of the house, what I say should be done. In some homes, that is it. I am the man of the house, and no matter what I say should be done. Before you even go ahead to talk, let me just read a few comments from here. So we've got Gladys watching us tonight, and she says, amen. I'm sure we said something. She said amen to that. Then she says, I'm late. Don't worry, Gladys. Just bring your contributions. We are still here. We are not gone off yet. So those responsibilities that are in place for certain families, it's a bit dicey. I have been to a home whereby they've got a calendar, or should I say a timetable on the wall. So each week, everybody knows what they have to do. Even if you are on your dying bed, if it is your week for sweeping, you have to get up, Charlie, and come and sweep. Even if it is that. Do you think that is the best way to make decisions and to assign responsibilities in a relationship or in a marriage at all?
I think today's topic is generally dicey.
I know.
It's very like a 12-pointed dice. So I'll still not go straight away with the answers. First of all, I have had a few experiences of observing couples and their homes. So yes. I had a couple that I knew the husband was fully in charge of washing dishes.
Okay.
Just washing dishes. I don't know when in their life they decided that the husband will wash dishes. I know the husband might have cooked when they married me. But at a point in time, maybe when they were 40 or 45 or 50, the husband said the decision between the two couple was that the husband, will wash dishes and I will cook. Mm-hmm. The woman will cook. And it was accepted, and it was a rule. And they have been faithful to that rule ever since. And they are going with it. By now, they are in their 70s. And I know it very well, they are still doing that. Now, if there's a need for a timetable or a roster, if the couple agree and it's not bringing any contention in the home, no conflict. Mm-hmm. If they are agreeing to do that and it's making them happy, they should go ahead with it. No one will ever tell you exactly what you have to do in your home to make you happy, because they are not in your home.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
When someone from outside says, you, the woman, whenever you get up, you have to make sure you take care of your children. They are not there. Mm-hmm. If they want to do that, They should come to your home every morning and see how it goes. Maybe your children will even be sleeping when you wake up. Maybe you'll be cooking while they are still sleeping. So what is the man going to do? Vice versa or vice versa. The man can also be cooking while the woman is also taking care of the children. So you will never be, nobody should determine that. The couple have to determine that by themselves. Sit down. It's part of the communication. Sit down and talk about it. You understand? Okay, I'm good at this. I like to be doing this. I'm also good at this. I like to be doing this. Okay, sometimes we will switch so that we will have turns and we also feel it's also builds that a good relationship, a positive relationship. When you switch and also have a feel of how it feels to do this. And it's good for emergencies.
Yes.
You understand? You don't have to stick to your gun and say, this is where I want to be. And one day something happens and you are in the corner and you pin yourself back into a corner, you can't even come out.
Yes.
Do things that will make you free, and you have to be acting or working freely so that you can do things out of your own free will and from your heart. You don't have any feeling. So I feel that when it comes to who should do this and whether it's a timetable, and it should be decided by the couple. Understand? If they do the timetable and they can be faithful to the timetable and do things that will make them happy, the timetable, they should go ahead. If it's just by an automation, like they decide to do things whenever they wake up, they do what they feel they need to do to help, and they go ahead. They should do that. If your wife is in bed and you feel you want to go and give her breakfast in bed, prepare breakfast, and whilst you do that, she comes back to prepare something else for the children or for yourself or something like that. I mean, what do you lose? You see, sometimes we do things grudgingly. If we're doing them willingly, we're not going to lose anything. But when we are doing them grudgingly, we lose a lot.
Yes.
There's a lot of chemistry that we lose. The bitter feeling of I'm doing this and she's sleeping and you are doing that thing grudgingly. It's poisoning yourself.
Yeah.
We should be, and that is one key thing when it comes to responsibility: giving. If each individual in the family will feel like giving, nobody will be lacking anything, because you always feel like doing something for the other person. You understand? So you give. You don't care whether the other person is giving or not. You give. Each person should be giving. I think that will work.
That is interesting. I wish every family will adapt that style of give. Sometimes those people who are giving, sometimes they'll sit back and say, why am I the only one giving? Sometimes it's not even them, it is the observers. They always say observers are worried, because an observer will come to your home. Just as you said, you went to a home and you noticed that they've decided that the man will be washing the dishes all the time whilst the woman does the cooking and all that. Someone will sit there and say, that is stupid. Why are you the one washing the dishes? Because observers, hey, you're observers are always there. Sometimes we just even go in and just destroy relationships and marriages. And we are the beginning, the people who start these conflicts among these married couples who are probably or possibly happy with whatever they are doing. They come with their own life and say, well, not in my house. My wife can never do this, or my husband will never be allowed to do this, and all that. I will leave that point, but let's talk about providing as in money aspect. I know that where we are coming from, me as a Ghanaian from childhood, I noticed that when it comes to money and all that, it's mainly the husband or the dad who has to do that aspect and provide the money for cooking meals and provide school money for purchasing school uniform and all that. So it's like akonhoma, as they say in our country, akonhoma. So you provide the bulk sum of money and just say, hey, madam, bring your palm. That is for the food, that is for the clothing, that is for that, and a little bit for your own self. But in modern day life, it is something else. What is your own thought about the providing and the giving aspect when it comes to money in a relationship or in a marriage? Should it be 50-50? Should it be 80-20? Should it be 75-25? People say so many different things. In your own view, Masa, we are only trying our best here, isn't it?
I'm even thinking of my view. I can't find the view.
Please try and find it.
You see, it can even be 1,000% against 1,000%, 50-50, 100-100, and 10-20-20. It is what makes the family happy. I feel that there's a big setback when it comes to financial issues in families.
Yes.
There's when the woman receives a pay or gets an income, there should be nothing like it's because the man is the head of the home and he is in charge of providing financially. The woman will not even share. I mean, if you like, do it. If you don't do it, if you don't use your money to help the family, there's no blessing. That's one thing you should understand. Like, you pay for yourself, use it to do your hair, buy your clothes, make your wardrobe nice. You are not getting any blessing from anybody. You are doing it for yourself. So that your blessing is yourself. If every woman will know that whatever we give, we get a blessing. Why would they be keeping their money and saying my husband should use his money? You understand? I know of families where the woman uses her money to do basic cooking in the home. You understand? Basic purchases, buying things from the market every day and doing something in the home, cooking for the children or for the family. And the husband also doing major shopping for the home. See, both of them are contributing to feeding the family or food. The wife is also contributing, the husband is also contributing. When there's an understanding, there should be nothing like she's not bringing her money or he's not bringing his money, because both of you are contributing. You understand? But it's sad when either the man or the woman gets and doesn't want to contribute. I feel that is especially what might hinder the woman's progress. If the woman is also getting something, and because the man is the head of the home, so to speak, the woman doesn't want to support. Whatever we do, the woman should support. That is a decision she have to make herself. If she's not going to make the decision with her husband, she should make the decision that she will want to contribute maybe 40 or 50% of her income to support the home. I know of budgeting in the home. When the couple decide to budget, you see, that will be the best way of letting each partner contribute. And as you said earlier on, I don't believe that when the woman is in charge of the home or is supposed to be a stay-at-home mom, she should not do anything. No, I believe that the woman, even if she's a stay-at-home mom, she'll still have something that she can do that will bring income. Today, the world is a digital global village, and you can do things like sell online. You understand? And there are a lot of things you can do as a stay-at-home mom. You can also be a stay-at-home mom and still manage your shop, as I said earlier on. What are you doing at home if your kids are not at home? They are going to school.
Yeah.
Should you be cleaning from morning till afternoon and evening before they come home? No. I mean, you don't have to make the home super clean before everybody comes home. It has not been written anywhere that a woman is supposed to stay at home, clean every corner in the home. That means there'll be no small there to cry in the home. Because you'll be home, clean every corner, every window, every washroom, and every day you are cleaning. That is not the purpose of the woman in the home. I mean, she's supposed to make a home, all right, but it doesn't mean she should be overburdened by chores, house chores. She can even, if the children are even grown, even the house chores, the woman and the man can still share. I mean, if I say, I usually love to do laundry, and I would like to start early morning, like 5 a.m. I want to start early and finish early before 8, before the sun will come and I'm gone. You understand? I've done something. And I always feel fulfilled when I do something. Cleaning the home has been, I do industrial cleaning. So I grew up cleaning people's homes. Interestingly, one of the difficult things that I was experiencing was cleaning my own home. But whenever I see the home, I also take my Hoover and do some cleaning and do some dusting and all that. I do some, and most of the time I do cleaning in the home as well. So it is something that we have to do things from our own free will and feel positive about it. We should feel responsible. Because when you do it, you feel good. It shows that you are being responsible, and that should be enough. That makes
You said a whole lot, honestly, with this issue about money matter, and I was trying to find out if it has to be 50-50 or 80-20 or 75, whatever. You've even said 1,000 and over, and whatever people decide it is. But there's a situation whereby maybe they've both agreed and said, oh, you use your money to cater for the house or for the home. You have to pay for the bills, you have to pay for the food, you have to do all that. And my money will be towards maybe us building a house or us buying a house or us contributing towards something. And let's just say maybe something happens in the middle there somewhere, okay? But this home, this business, this whatever, there is no paperwork to say that Ahmed's name is part of it, or Obentin's name is part of it. But then Obentin's money has been spent in the house to buy food, to pay for bills, to do all that, and an issue comes and this thing falls apart. So Kominini is going to go and then take over this whole stuff that was being done somewhere. And then Obentin's money has all been spent either in the tummy or doing whatever at home. And this situation becomes a bit dicey, and it is so hard to resolve such situations. One person feels like they've been cheated upon for not being given the chance or given whatever it is that they were doing. What is the situation here? Should paperwork be signed from initial start? Because this is something else. This is a responsibility of a family. So when I decide with my partner or my husband, should we be signing paperwork and say, oh, when it comes to money issues, let's sign, let's not do things by way of mouth and all that? Because it's something else, because you've agreed and you've trusted the person. You've trusted the person, you get it. So with that kind of responsibility, what do you think?
Yeah, in fact, the question makes me feel bad in the first place. I think in Ghana, we would say the one who is causing the harm, we'll call him or her Abronibeyi. Abronibeyi.
Yes.
Because for you to even think of it, like, let's assume that there was no the paperwork was done in one person's name and something happened. I mean, if there was an agreement or something, like there was a decision, like, okay, you use your money to do this, whilst I'm using money to do this. What at all? How greedy are you to think of cheating the other person because something has happened? Maybe I don't know whether you are even thinking of maybe a divorce or something. The first issue is that not even thinking of divorce. Let's assume that the woman who is using her money to cater for the home, or the man who is using his money to cater for the home, lost his or her job, or loses his or her job. And because of that, he or she cannot continue to contribute to the food, preparing food in the home. And because of that, because the other partner has been using his or her money in construction, and maybe the money is locked somewhere, there's confusion, and because of that, because you have lost your job and you cannot provide for the home again, I've decided I'm also taking or maybe selling the building or forgetting about the building. Whenever we have to understand that disasters occur, both natural and non-natural disasters. Like things will happen. Challenges will come, trouble will come. When they come, we sit down and resolve it peacefully. You shouldn't create that.
You are talking about it peacefully, as if it is that peacefully that people can resolve issues. It's not.
That's what I'm saying. That whoever, it's as if I'm sounding this is like a sound of warning. Whoever in any relationship decides to do that evil by any means is actually a brony day. Whoever decides to do that, like what? It should not even occur to you that whoever, if there was a trust issue in the beginning of that relationship or in that marriage or whatever, that this is what we are going to do. You should never ever try, no matter how hungry you are, to say this has happened, so I'm taking this away. You know, I mean, you should be caring enough to do the right thing. I'm saying this because these things happen because we lack forgiveness.
Yes.
And if we
you have hit it right there.
We should forget about being forgiven too. If we cannot forgive someone, in fact, most of the time, you know, we even fight over things that people are hurting us, and we are actually the one hurting ourselves more. You understand? Sometimes the person you think is even hurting you is not even aware of whatever you are thinking about. So it's either you communicate well, you put it in communication, or you forget about the pain and do all the good things you can do. But I'm just sounding this word of caution again. No one should ever attempt to take away whatever portion that has been decided that through an agreement that it will be for both parties. No, none of either party should ever decide to do that. It's evil. It's really evil. So
Wow.
Whatever, even at the point of divorce, give to the other partner what is duly the person's through that verbal contract or verbal agreement that was done initially. That even if the house was built let me give you one interesting thing. If a man, I'm saying man because most of the time maybe it will be the men who have that chance of, I'm using my money to build. If the man cares about you, the woman, the man will never register a land in his name alone. Neither should the woman do that too. Registering the land or the property in your name alone shows that you are already treading cautiously, planning that if something happens, I'll take away. And if your partner is going to do that, don't even allow the partner to do it in the first place. You understand? When you see the document, Kwesi, I didn't see my name there. It's not good though. If something happens and maybe I've gone, this thing, someone will take it because it's only in your name. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that it shouldn't even happen. The Kwesi who is going to register the land or the property should add the wife's name.
Of course.
Even in a relationship, if they decide to do that, they can still go ahead and do it. When something happens and they're going separate ways, if it is selling and sharing, sell and share, there must always be peace. But in whatever relationship, there must always be peace. Peace can only come when that trust that was built from the initial stages is actually flourishing, like or nourished.
Yeah.
You understand? Like to continue to make it grow, even in pain. So that you can easily have your peace of mind, in whatever case or whatever issue that happens. I feel that everything must be done in both parties' name. The shop, the land, the business, both parties should have their names on the documentation, so that it's even a joy. Let me even give
peace of mind.
I've seen people who register businesses. That the man registered a business that he was going to do in the wife's name. What is wrong with that? A man, you are going to register a business. Say, okay, I want to do this for my wife. You register it wholly in the wife's name. The only problem is that sometimes we feel that when something happens with a partner whose name is on the document, someone might take undue advantage of it. If that's the case, register in both names. But it is not a pain at all for anybody to do that. If someone does good to you, don't forget it. Understand? Don't be that ungrateful enough to forget that someone ever did some good to you. So at least that good can continue.
Yes.
And that's all I can say about it.
You said a lot about this issue. This issue is something else. Let's read a few comments from here. So we've got Gladys saying, I believe many homes are broken because there was only one person giving always till she or he got fed up. And it's very true, that's what I'm saying, that sometimes even observers can even come and help to break this marriage or this relationship, because they come and they think, why are you the only person doing this? Why are you the only person there? It looks like you are being bossed around. But then in their own comfort of their home, when this observer wasn't there, they were enjoying their comfort. They were enjoying what they were doing, isn't it? A woman could be sending... Yes, because a woman could be instructing her husband around all the time and say, bring me that shoes, do that. And they might have been very, very comfortable with all those responsibilities. But then once a visitor comes in, hey, cake and crying, they gather the man or the woman to a corner. Why is your husband doing that? Why is your wife doing that? I wouldn't have done that. There's always a lot of confusion, and then the giving aspects, it has to be given both ways, isn't it, Patrick?
Yes, it must be given both ways, and both should feel being cherished and being pampered. So
Yes.
Whatever that you make your partner feel pampered or cherished by giving, you have to do it. Yeah. And that just as you said, the observer's issue is the most hurting in relationships. So even if your mom comes to your home and wants to say, why is your wife not giving you your food? Say, that is our business.
That is how we like it.
That's how we do it here. When you come here, this is how we do it. Why are you the one bathing the children? That is how we do it here. Why are you washing dishes? That's how. If you are the man and your mother comes to the home and is doing that, put her right. If you are the woman and your mother comes home and is saying things about your husband, put her right. Whoever comes to the home, whoever owns that person, should put him or her right, so that the peace that you have been enjoying will continue. If you cannot shut them up in a peaceful way, and you allow them to, in fact, people will give you small information and you don't know you are being poisoned until you act on the information, on even subconscious. You might think you are not acting on them, you will not do it, but the more you listen to it and do not say anything about it or to stop it, one day you'll be acting it, you will not even know.
Yes.
So we need to be serious about our relationships. Whatever we can do to save it, we should do to save it. And instead of allowing observers who are worried to worry us,
Yeah. Oh, well, you saying that reminds me of me listening to a certain podcast the other day. And you know what? Sometimes when you listen to podcasters and they say to you, no matter what you do, whatever I'm going to talk about, don't think about this thing. And that means whatever they are telling you is like, don't think about carrot. No matter what, you end up thinking about carrots throughout the whole situation. They'll bring it up again. No matter what, don't think about carrots, and you start thinking weird stuff about it. So it's just the same way, you don't want to listen to, but then once they've sounded it in your ear, it keeps on chinning and all that in your ear, isn't it? Well, let's read another comment from Ama Mwakwa, which says they should be working as a team and not focusing on gender roles society expects them to. It's very true. There are so many gender roles that society has somehow put on both male and female in relationships and marriages, and this is causing the breakdown and our own natural instinct and what we have observed from out there. Sometimes we even go to people's homes and observe things and come to our own homes and start destroying our own happy, joyous relationship, because we go there and we say, hey, when I went to Ahmed's house, Kofi was doing that and that and that. So why can't you also do that? It starts to break our own peace of mind, isn't it? So,
yeah.
Well,
that will represent observers are destroyed.
Yes, observers are.
You go and watch someone's soup and you come and destroy your own soup.
Of course.
If it is interpret, eat it like that. That's the soup they are eating. Just enjoy it.
Of course, that is a good point you have just made. If you are watching us, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. It's very necessary. Share this with someone else. Let them also get involved. If you've got any questions and contributions, drop them because our hour is up. But then I'm going to read a few comments here, and then I am going to let Patrick go just in peace. Just in peace. So Amamwakwa is saying it's greed. It's so much greed when it comes to a situation whereby the man says or the woman says, use your money to feed the home or protect the home and pay bills and all that, and I'll be using my money towards a project that we have to do it. And then in the end, he or she walks away and say, hey, bye-bye. Where Jimmy Pan, you've helped me achieve what I wanted to achieve, something I couldn't achieve on my own. You've helped me achieve this. So now this is it. That's the end of the relationship, or that's the end of a marriage. It's a serious situation, and honestly, it's very painful. It's very, very painful. So Gladys is saying, yes, abrabopa. This situation. Abro. Did she say abropa? Why am I saying abrabo? Oh yes, abropa. It's true. Some of these men and women, they are abro and kasa. Then Amamwakwa is saying observers are always worried. Yes, these observers could be your brother, your sister, your mom, your auntie, your uncle, friends. Just say, even outsiders, people walking by your home, they are all part of those observers. Then Gladys says, I like that. You just tell them that that's how we do it here. That's all. It's true. I think, Patrick, I'm sure you've given people a new word to use, a new vocabulary to use. Some people might not have thought of that vocabulary, or probably they might be shy. They will just say, oh, yeah, and go and hide in their bedroom and say, that is how we do it in this house. You know? They'll go and talk to the wall. Yes, they'll go and talk to the wall instead of telling the person straight in the face, because obviously we need to respect our elders when it comes to mother-in-laws and father-in-laws and uncles-in-laws and all that. In our own generation, from our own world and our own background, you are always taught to respect the elderly and not really talking back, you know. So it's something else. Maybe the best way, as you said, is if the father-in-law belongs to you, you go and sit your father down and tell your father, why did you say that to my wife? Yes, that is how we do it in my house. Or how did you say that to my husband? That is our own agreed affair. But sometimes it becomes another issue. Fire will start burning in the house. Isn't it?
Yeah. But let the fire burn in that regard. It shouldn't burn your partner. It should burn between you and your entire family.
Yeah.
And find that fire with them. Don't let it extend to your nuclear family.
Of course. And Gladys is saying most observers are envious. That is the right point, isn't it? They are envious. Of course, if I come home and you are pampering your wife or you're pampering your husband so well, and I'm not getting that in my home, you know, it becomes something else, and say, hey, you.
Yeah, I want to comment on that one. You see, that is where I don't know as human beings, that is where we err. You know, we go totally wrong. When you see something and it's good, cherish it and you cherish it and you wish it. Yes. Like, oh, how I wish my husband. Okay, when I go home, I say, okay, when you go, I want you this way. When you come home, give me a peg or maybe hug me or something. Introduce it in your home and enjoy it.
Yes.
You know, what I have seen a lot of people in their homes, and I feel like I want to introduce those things. Like, instead of being envious and saying, be happy for them and wish that if you really want it, you feel that is what you should be doing, go and also apply it in your home. See, I have seen a couple who they call themselves D, like, you know, dear.
Two ladies? Is it the two ladies or?
No, like a couple.
Oh, okay.
The man and
my
woman,
D and
they got married,
okay,
they decided to refer themselves as D, like dear.
Yes. Oh, and D, yeah.
I saw another couple. just copying it to their home.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I believe when the other couple goes and visit the younger couple, they say, hey, these people have copied us. But was it a wrong thing they copied?
No. Around the whole, well, the whole lot of people call that.
Yeah, so just cherish good things and be happy for it. And you can also get it. You shouldn't be envy for what? I mean, do you know what you also have that they don't have? So
well.
Let's continue the reading.
Today we've really said a whole lot. I had this last question. I don't know if I should still drop it or not. It's all about when the woman starts earning more money than the man. Maybe we'll bring that as a whole topic. I think we should actually bring that as a whole topic, because when women sometimes start earning more money than men, sometimes it becomes an issue, isn't it? And even them contributing.
And it shouldn't be an issue. Do you think we should wait for another day to discuss this? Why should it be an issue?
Please go ahead. You talk about it then.
If it was a man, you will enjoy it. Yes. If it's a woman, let the man also enjoy it. So I don't know, not so. Except in your home, maybe the man was doing you're doing you wicked, and you got money, and you say, okay, you were doing me wicked, so I'm repaying you. You didn't repay, you're not getting anything. I'm saying that any good thing you do, you'll be blessed for it. You'll be happy for it.
You should learn to give and give and give.
So give. Why will you want your husband or your wife to suffer when you are getting more? Why will you want the other partner to suffer? If you are getting it, let the person enjoy. When you actually more
oh well.
When you see that person, you also.
Oh well. Last time I saw this video that I watched, and I don't know how I was feeling about it. There was this woman, and she was talking. She lives in Ghana actually, and I was shocked to see that video where she says, she has a boyfriend. She's got her husband, but she has a boyfriend. She is the sole provider of the house, and she provides the money aspect and everything for the house. And she leaves her husband and goes to her boyfriend. She cooks and carries it to the boyfriend. And her husband even sometimes walks her to the car station and say, "Oh, you're in here, and all that." And you're thinking, is this money his right sense, and because he is not providing anything, it looks like he's been put in that corner whereby he has to accept anything goes. To me, I think there's some sort of an abuse going on somehow. I am not saying men shouldn't be timid, but then to that extent of him helping her pack dinner, helping her pack her bag to go to another man, not as if this man is providing this woman money. This man is also not giving this woman any money. It is just
the woman making her own money. Okay, and because she's the boss in the home, she decided to have a boyfriend.
Yes, because she's the one being the breadwinner, I will call it. But even when you look at her, it looks like she's someone who is not even breadwinning enough. It's somebody's breadwinning money, which is like a small amount of money, but she thinks it's pompous enough, because obviously this man is dead to the ground, that he doesn't even have a penny and always has to reach to this woman for some pennies and all that. That discussion, we would leave it. So in your own words, can you conclude for us? Let me read this last one. Ama Wakwa says, yeah, that's our Fanti brother. Yay! You started speaking your Fanti, you see. So in conclusion, what have you got to say to all of us? So in the responsibilities in marriages, should it be a situation whereby both parties, or in relationships, both parties agree that there should be a 50-50 affair, or there should be an 80-20 affair? What is your conclusion? Just give us your concluding words, please, Patrick.
That should be like a whole page. Anyway, so all I would say is that I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I wouldn't say all the things I've said, I've either heard them or have experienced them or have listened to other people or have observed other people live such life, and it's possible. We have to believe that it's possible for us to live good lives, to be positive, to be caring, to give, to be responsible at home. When it comes to who is responsible and who is not responsible, I don't want to talk about that. I want each and every individual in any relationship must be responsible. Be responsible. Know the things that you will do to show that you are really, really responsible. Let's push away hate. Let's push away envy. Let's push away judgment or how do you call it? Pointing fingers and condemning each other or something. And let's be positive and caring to each other. So when it comes to responsibility, we should agree and stick with the agreement. If there's going to be any change, still in a communication, or this time I would like to do this. Maybe I've been doing this for a long time. Can we change? There must always be an agreement. And I feel that the man should always lead the way by showing that he cares. And the woman, when this happens, she also reciprocate and show the man that she also cares and do her part and all that. There must always be some understanding. Most of the time, I always want to say that there's an enemy just at our door who is waiting for us to have a fight. That enemy is always knocking. He wants to put in something, but that enemy is working on our brains, on our heart, poisoning us. Do this, be angry, don't accept it, don't let it work and all that. And those things are the things that happen, and it goes. We all go wayward. We should feel responsible and do the things that makes us responsible. And just give. When we give freely and out of our hearts, and also try as much as possible to protect what we have, to work on it. No marriage or no relationship is ever going to be perfect. Mm-hmm. You understand? And if we are going to really forgive ourselves when we go wrong, there will be less fight, less quarrel, less divorces, less contention at home, and we will all be at peace. I don't know where this will take us, but if we are good, we'll feel good here on earth. Understand? If we are good to ourselves, we should feel it here on earth. We shouldn't wait for heaven. You understand? The blessing should start here. So.
Thank you so much, Patrick. Those were really, really excellent word of wisdom that you've given to people out there. I am sure our listeners are very, very grateful to all these words of wisdom that you've dropped for us all. I am very, very grateful because you've touched me with almost everything that you said here tonight. Probably maybe you were a feminist or something, maybe. It looks like you were talking more for we the women. And I love it when you talk more for the women. Yes, you did talk for the men as well. But this is a situation whereby it has to be on the point and on the basis of understanding each other. We need to learn to be giving and giving and giving. It's a give and take affair. But then when you are in that position of that giving situation, don't let others try and then hinder you from thinking you are stupid for being in the position of giving and not receiving anything back. That is your situation in life. That is where you have decided, and what you have decided is going to work for your relationship and marriages. Don't let other people say otherwise to you, people. So tonight we would like to say a very big thank you to Patrick for coming to honor this program for us tonight. We are so blessed to have had you here tonight. Would like to say a very big thank you to all our listeners, those who are listening now and those who are going to listen later. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to invite others to come and watch our Diamond Lady show. Tomorrow we are back on air. It wouldn't be Patrick. It will be someone else, but then we are talking all about domestic abuse and violence against women. It is becoming too rampant, and we want to be hitting on it day in and day out. Tomorrow's topic, we are definitely going to try and then speak more in our local dialects, that is Chi. Probably miss it with a bit of Fanti and here and there, but then there's going to be more of the local dialects spoken, and then we'll add a bit of English. The words we can't pronounce in our own language, obviously, we will add it in English. We would like to say a very big thank you to Sister United Foods. They sell the puff puff or buffet mix in Ghana, and here in England, if you're looking to buy in England, look for us on eBay or Etsy. Just find the name Sister United, and you can buy the buffet mix from them. And in Ghana, there's the phone number on there for you to have a look. If you're on YouTube or Instagram, the phone number to contact is +23320794313. That is Family Affair GH. They sell it in Ghana. We would like to say thank you to Sweet Seduction, and I'm going to put Patrick, their NGO, and then their aid on here, so you can see it on the screen now. It says Bright Future Project Norway, Ghana. You can find them on Facebook. They are on Facebook. You can go there and then see the kind of things they are doing. They are doing so amazing. And you might be in a foreign country and you could be doing the contribution towards this, because their main head office is in Norway. You could find out how to contribute towards how to help with this project, because they are really, really helping to educate the masses out there. I personally think it's a good project if you contribute towards it. We should learn to give. We are constantly talking about giving. I think it needs to start with me. I have to give as well. We would also like to say thank you.
We are already giving. We are giving enough
in my own way, yes.
Yeah, sure. And I think that something I forgot I want to add up. That's my last switch. That's my last switch.
Okay.
I say it's supposed to be, if you really want to feel that you are being responsible, it's supposed to be 100%.
Okay.
Give your 100%. Mm-hmm. Each partner should give his or her 100%.
Yes.
And that will solve all the problems we have on this earth.
Of course. You don't have to wait and say, I will not sweep because the sweeping is for my wife. It's my wife's duty. I'm not cooking because my wife will have to come from work and cook for us to eat. I am not laying the bed because this bed laying there, it has to be my husband and my wife that has to lay the bed. Is her duty, or is my husband's duty? I mean, do what works best for you as a team. You have to be working in together as a team. Understanding plays the main role. Don't wait for conflict to arise from the fact that, hey, you are a housewife, I've come home and the whole house is messy. What have you been doing the whole day? Maybe one day you should exchange and be in the woman or the man's shoes, and then you would see. You might end up asking, where do you put the children's socks? Oh, where is the children's pencil? Every little thing, you might end up asking every little thing. But then this woman or this man, when they always do it, probably they've never even asked you, where is the socks? Where is the underwear? Because they know everything already. Maybe sometimes some couples will have to exchange places and see from the other person's point of view and see what they go through within the day.
They will be in trouble because they can't give birth.
That's okay. You saying this, you don't understand. Last time I saw a video, I was surprised. I watched it to the end. There was a man who was pregnant. And you know why this man was pregnant? Because he is a transgender, and he's got his whole physique looking like a man, but then he was pregnant, and he got arrested because they thought in the shop he had stolen things to hide in his tummy and making his tummy look big, until eventually they took off his clothes and found out that he's a man, but he's pregnant because he's a transgender. He was a woman and now identifies as a man. Well, I'll leave that issue, but you saying that men cannot be pregnant in our world that we live in now, when they are trans,
it's forgery.
In the world we live in now, when there is transgender, you should know that transgenders could get pregnant. Yeah.
Okay.
Well. Thank you all our viewers for watching tonight. We are so proud of you all. We are so grateful to you all because you're here to listen to us all the time. We always try and find interesting topics to bring here. If you've got any topics you want us to be hitting on, please drop them for us either in the comment area or DM us, and then we will pick it from there. We will find the right person to come and discuss the topic with us. Don't forget we are on Instagram. Don't forget we are on YouTube. So if there's anyone who is not on Facebook, request them to search for Diamond Lady TV on Instagram or YouTube, and most of these videos are there. Some of them you might only be seeing my beautiful face, and some of them you might be seeing the other party who might be a handsome man or a beautiful woman there with me on any of these other videos as well. Thank you, and I'd say have a good evening. And tomorrow is a very interesting topic. It is very important. Please come and listen to this topic about abuse and violence. We need to be spreading the word and saving our brothers and sisters as well. So the last words here is Amamu Akwa says very sad. Yes, that is when the man was packing the bag and seeing the wife off to go and see her boyfriend. That is quite sad. I know. And then Amamu Akwa says very insightful. Yes. Thank you all. Don't forget to leave us a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave us a comment. We'll pick it again. Have a great evening and see you all again tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Don't go, Patrick.